It's been a minute since we talked,
Yeah.
but always good.
Yeah, that.
You know what I'm saying? I always like to ask, how are you and your family doing?
Yeah, man, everybody's good. Actually, my kids running around like crazy downstairs right now. I
For real?
mean, just, yeah, man, they jumping off the side of the couch. My son is climbing up the steps on the wrong side of the steps. You know, you got that little, the little ledge pieces on the other side of the rail. He climbing up that side. Dad, look at me. I'm like, get down, boy. I mean, just nonstop, man, nonstop. And the interesting thing about the whole COVID is
Yeah.
it's made me go outside of my comfort zone for a lot of things as a father. You know what I mean? Like, um, you know, being a teacher, being a nutritionist, being a PE coach, being all of these things. It's like been very interesting, man. But the kids is good. The ladies good. Everybody's good. How
The
about yourself, man?
Oh man, I've been blessed, bro. I'm back here in Atlanta working at Pandora,
Yeah.
um, expanding my knowledge of music on the digital side now. So
Mm.
it's been a blessing. I actually do have a surprise for you at the end of this conversation. But we'll
Okay.
get into that
All
later,
right.
man.
Cool. Cool.
But yo, you've been doing your thing for a minute. But recently, man, you've been killing it. Like that slow wine bass line is going crazy right now.
Mm.
In the DeBarge biopic, and then
Yep.
that Millennium tour, man. But other than that, what did you really have planned going into 2020 or in the beginning of the year before everything got shut down?
Ah, man, I had a project that I was working on pretty consistently. That's where Slow Wine Baseline came out of that idea. Of course, actually, thanks to COVID, I didn't have Teddy Riley on it. So once the whole COVID thing happened, it slowed everything down so much that I was actually able to make that connection happen. I think if it wasn't for the pandemic, that song would have been out. The video was already shot, and it would have just been, it would have been great. But I would have missed that opportunity to feature that legend. So it ended up kind of working out. Just been looking at a few different scripts. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try to dabble in that again, but other than that, man, I was in the middle of a tour. I was on the Millennium tour, man. So I was like in the middle of we had just started. We was maybe on our third week, and everything just kind of got shut down. So
Damn, have you been adjusting? I know you talked about your kids and having to get out of your comfort zone with that. Outside of your family, how else have you been adjusting?
outside of say that one more time because I got a call right at the end of that question. I'm sorry.
That's all. I
My
said outside.
friends is really like they lame, man, because they'll see me doing the interview and be like, "Hey, boy, I see you on there. You need to shave your beard," shit like that. But my phone, I'm on my thing right now, so they didn't. Fuck. All right, one more time. One more time. One more time. You said, what else am I doing different?
Yeah, how you moving different? How have you adjusted?
Well, I was always kind of introverted, man. I was really a house couch. I mean, I was like just chilling. I don't really do too much. I'm not really on the scene unless I'm asked to be, or I'm celebrating somebody's birthday or anniversary or wedding. It's like got to be something major for me to really go out. Because that's what we do for a living. I mean, you spend at the club every week for the past 10 years. So why would you just be hanging out at the club? Like you
Right.
probably gonna start finding other things to do. So me and my lady, we kind of been going outside the box. We went visit the winery not too long ago before this happened, and just different stuff like that. But other than that, man, I'm real low key chill.
Nah, no doubt, bro. Yeah, let's talk about that slow wine bass line. It's so crazy. I was talking with Dion over at Sirius XM, and I was telling him you got a new song, and he said, "Oh yeah, that's the homie. I gotta check it out." And I was like, "Yeah, Lloyd got
Dion. Oh man.
a cycle. You put out some hot music or a hot project, then you disappear on us. Then you pop it on us.
Yeah,
Then
man.
you
I I get involved and then I go back and live a little bit. I mean, you know, that's what creates the experiences. And mind you, I'm not holding the writing camp for people to construct music for me. I'm really in there creating this music. A lot of times, even creating the music for the music, if you will. You know, so not just writing but producing it. So man, I kind of have to step back in order to gain a new perspective, to gain some experiences, and then to put that all together. Sometimes it takes a little longer than I would like. Plus, I'm a bit of a perfectionist, as
Yeah,
most of us tend to be when we care. So, it'll take me some time, sometime to just be able to let shit go, man. That's the hard part. It's just letting go. You know what I mean?
that's real, man. That's
Hmm.
real. That's good though that you explained that. You got to have that balance.
Got to try to find that, I think, because this is so taxing. I mean, I heard a guy say the other day that, you know, you accepting all kinds of different energy from different places when you on a campaign. So your life is really not yours. Your time is not yours. Your energy is not yours. It's a culmination of everybody else's energy that you feeding off of. And that can be good and bad. But it can, regardless of if it's good or bad, it can be a lot. And so, because I know the fragility of the human spirit, of my human spirit, I tend to protect it, you know, more so than anything. So I move at my own pace.
No, as you should, man. So that's crazy. You had the song already ready to go. The video was
Yeah,
out, and COVID
yeah.
hit. Able to get Teddy Riley on it. How did that collaboration?
Well, the video wasn't out. The video was shot. We shot the video in Southwest Atlanta, and then, you know, we was in the process of going through some edits. I was trying to get an edit that I could live with. I wasn't quite there yet, but I was almost there. And then I was further away than I was before. And and then eventually, once I kind of got close to an edit I liked, just a freakish occurrence of events kind of happened that brought me and Teddy on the phone together. And that phone conversation was the illest because I was like, look, yo, just thank you for talking to me right now. Like, you know what I mean? I got so many questions, but you know, obviously I have some music, but shit, I mean, I got questions for your fucking ass. You know what I mean? Like you got all the game, man. You got all the game, and you giving me some time right now, and I just want you to know how much I really appreciate that. I wasn't even sure if he was real familiar with my music or not, but when I sent him the track, I kind of gave him a rundown of what I was looking for, but then I told him, just do your thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's no construct. Whatever you feel, go with. I'll be able to draw back if I like. And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna just do my thing. And then um, he told me he was making a run. He was on the road. He was going to New York, but he was gonna get to it like within the week. And
Mm-hmm.
sure enough, within a week's time, he sends me back a version with the voice box, which is what I was initially looking for. But then he also added some beatboxing underneath that I tucked up under there. And he added some harmony stuff that he did through the
Yeah.
voice box. That was crazy. And then he also redid the drums on the track. Now I didn't use those, but when he sent it back, he was like, "Man, I just gave you a bunch of shit. Like, I was feeling it." So he was like, what I did was I put the original drums on there from back in the day when me and Keith Sweat did the track. You know what I
Mm.
mean? And I just sent it to you, and he was like, "Look," I'm like, "I might not use everything, but thank you so much. You gave me more than enough." And then I went back in, I kind of chopped this, cut that, flew that, pieced that, doubled that, and got it to where I could live with it. I felt like it didn't take away from the original because the original was good enough. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The drums on the original was good enough, Jay. They was already fly. But he had added some shit that was so priceless and valuable. So I took that, added it in, sent it back, got his blessing, and the rest is history, man. And then
Well,
what's crazy is a few weeks after the release of the record, maybe 1 week or two after the release of the record, I performed it. I debuted it at Keith Sweat's crib.
yeah, yeah, you know,
Shit's crazy.
I was mad because I found after I came the week after, but yeah, I heard you was out there and doing your
Yeah.
thing. So get that project this year because I know you said you were working on it before everything kind of shut down.
Yeah, it's definitely coming. I mean, it's pretty much rounding third base.
Okay.
Just revisiting some stuff, you know what I mean? About to get into the mixing and the mastering period. And maybe reach out for one or two features. I'm not really big on the features. I think if you could carry a song, you got to carry it by yourself. That's what really make you, you know what I mean, real essential is when you got shit by yourself. You know what I mean? So, um, got a few dream collabs that I'm looking for, but other than that, I'm done, man. It's in the
Okay.
books. About to start putting some visuals to them and get it out there.
Look forward to that, man. Let's talk about the acting though, because you did your thing in the DeBarge story. You played Gregory Williams, right?
Yeah, uh-huh. OG Greg
Greg. So how did that whole situation come about?
through Russ Parr. Well, you know, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this though. It had kind of been put into existence uh, through the power of words because Eric, the head of the production company, and his partner James, we have had a relationship for almost 10 years, and they put me in my first play many years ago. And then from there, they have been doing shit in TV and film, I mean, nonstop. So they always was like, yo, you dope, nigga. Like, you need to come and do some acting, do some readings. You know what I mean? We got some shit. We could send you some shit. They actually had something before they wanted me to try out, but my heart wasn't there. And also my courage wasn't there. And then Russ Parr reached out to me. In particular, I actually turned this film down. I didn't want to do it. I'm like, I'm gonna just pass on it. You know what I mean? I ain't light skinned anyway. And then and then Russ Park called me the day before they started filming. All right, literally the day before, and he's like, "Hey, motherfucker, it's me. It's Russ. You know what I mean? You gonna do this shit or not?" And I'm like, man, I'm like, Russ, man, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Are you getting old? Are you getting decrepit up there, man? You know what I mean? Are you okay? Did you take your medicine today? He's like, motherfucker, all games aside, he's like, you need to do this, man. You right for this, man. I got a role. It's not the role that they originally asked you to do. It's less of a load. You know what I mean? I know you scared. He's like, he was like, I know you scared, motherfucker, but I got another role for you, and it's fitting, and it's real cool, man. You're gonna love it, man. I'm gonna send you the script. I'm gonna have him send you the script, man. You need to do it. You gonna do it or not? And I'm like, what the fuck you calling me for? Why are you calling me about James and them shit? He like, motherfucker, I'm directing it. I wrote the shit and I'm directing it. And I'm like, oh, you make movies? He's
Yeah,
like, yes, man. Yes, I make movies. I'm like, well, shit, I'm gonna do it then. I'm like, you asking me, do you think I'll be good for this as the director? He's like, yes. I'm like, all right, well, I'm doing it. Enough said. I'll see you tomorrow.
and that
And that's the rest is history, dude. I literally learned my script, like my first uh few scenes
yeah.
that next morning. I mean, I was just running them in my head, and a few times Russ had to step in with the line. You know what I mean? Because when you acting and you can't find the line, they shoot it to you off camera, and then you get back in it. But by that like maybe that third hour of actually being involved, um, shit just started to come together, man, and I started to understand why Russ asked for me, man, because I had something in me that I didn't even realize, Jay. I mean, it was, you know what I mean? It's that's really why I did it, man. It was because of Russ, just because of the immense amount of respect, admiration, and love I have for that man. You know what I
That's what's
mean? Yeah.
out to run the OG, and I really
Mm-hmm.
got get to know him when I worked up in DC, man, and he
Oh,
just a source of information and wisdom, advice. So
and
if Ray,
ethic and work ethic
you should
and
do it.
grind. Yep.
No doubt. You said
Yep.
you was checking some potential other scripts, so you got some more acting gigs on the way. We're gonna see you on the big screen some more.
God willing, man. God willing.
Okay, okay.
Yep. I'm gonna
That's
play the J1 biography. You know what I mean? I got the beard, nigga. You know what I mean? All I need is them fucking hands. I need them hands, daddy. You know what I mean? Niggas don't know you can spin for real, son.
Hey, man, I'm like semi-retired from DJing, man.
Nigga, this is what's crazy, nigga. You were working at a place where DJing does not belong. Like, you have nothing to DJ at the office. You a real office head right now, man. That shit is crazy, man. That's dope, though. It's dope because this is why I appreciate it so much as an artist and as a consumer, is because you have a little bit of both sides of it. You know what I mean? You have an artist in you and you have a consumer side in you. And at the end of the day, you got a real love for this shit. You got a real passion for music, bro. I mean, for music, for good music. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of always feel like, you know, the game is kind of in good hands, man. And
Nah,
yeah, that's just my humble opinion.
thank you, man. That means a lot. I mean, every time Jasper sends me one of your songs and he's excited about it, he'll text it to me. And like, no matter where I'm at, I'm gonna figure out a way to play it. Whether it was, it's
Yeah.
already here at
Yep.
Pandora,
Yep.
that sounds good. And I know it's coming from you. We gonna play it, and we gonna
Yep.
put it on playlist right now, man.
That's dope. That's dope, man. Thank you so much. I mean, you don't really take that for granted, in my circle. So we all appreciate you. Me, Jasper, Ryan, the whole crew, Amber's old strip club loving ass. You know what I mean? We we really do appreciate you, man. Yep.
Nah, appreciate y'all. You got a solid team, man. Well, listen. I want to ask you about this because you've spoken openly about mental health and
Mm.
and
Hmm.
counseling,
Hmm.
others. What advice would you give for people, especially during this time when there's so
Mm.
much going on in the world right now? There's so much uncertainty. Or what advice would you give to people to maintain their mental health or take care of their?
Well, I actually watched Kid Cudi on Lil Wayne show. He said something real dope. He said you gotta express it. You gotta go through the motions of what you feeling. You know what I mean? You cannot bottle it up. You gotta go through the motions. My that was a dope take because I know that Cudi has personally dealt with these things.
Right.
So who I mean, shit. If he say that's a good thing, I believe it's a good thing. But in my experiences in trying to identify some things in myself through learning about them in others that I love, which is how I was really even introduced to the concept of mental health. I mean, I really never even considered it. My philosophy is very simple, but it's very powerful. You focus on the things you can control. You accept the things you cannot control, which are vast, and you just what's the serenity prayer say at the end? He says, "And have the wisdom to know the difference, if you will." You know what I mean? I mean, there's so many little intricate details to our lives that we actually have control over. And sometimes we can neglect or overlook them because we are so consumed by this immovable object, you know what I mean? That's weighing down on us. But really, that's the thing you can't control. But what you can control is what you eat, what you do with your time, how you be creatively, how you love yourself and your ones around you, how you affect your environment. You know what I mean? Your immediate habitat. Um, and you know, I just think when you focus on the small things, time just passes by before you even know it. The next thing you know, the day's done, and you don't even have time to stress over the shit that ain't got nothing to do with you. You know what I mean? So that's a big part of it for me. That's what I preach to my family whenever they're going through stuff. And a lot of times it makes sense to me. However, there's no one way, and that's really like one of the biggest things is knowing there's no you know, one way to deal with the shit. You know what I mean? You just got it's very individual. So you should give everybody they just do they space, they time, they love. And what's crazy is I had a guy come over to the house to do some work at the crib today, and I guess he just felt my spirit or something, man, and he just started to kind of open up to me.
Yeah.
I get, and then plus we're not really having a lot of human contact these days. So when he came in, he saw me with my kids, you know what I mean, and that kind of deal, and he just kind of had his first kid 5 months ago, and he just kind of started opening up to me about his life and the things he'd been going through, and he confessed to me that he was battling a lot of things, a lot of demons in his life, you know what I mean, and I think that alone helps. Conversation is so powerful, Jay. I mean, the ability to express yourself, man, to someone with unjudgmental eyes is so important, dog, because a lot of times people hold on to shit because they fear another person's, you know what I mean, interpretation of it. So yeah, man, communication is key. Honesty is key. And concentrating on the things you can control is key. You know what I mean? Micromanaging.
You dropped a lot of gems right there, bro. That is really good advice. I'm gonna wrap it up on this question right here, man. You have a career that's spanned across multiple decades. Your music has become timeless. You have a loyal fan base. What do you feel like have been your longevity and your success?
The keys?
Yeah, the keys to your longevity and your success.
Hmm.
Because I'm sure, I mean, so many people that you started out with aren't being talked about today, but you're still being talked about. Your music is still being played.
I really honestly, and this is not something that I think, but this is what my take is from other people that I encounter, like yourself, or a lot of my friends that work in radio still. I know you that's, far beneath you now, but like most of my friends that work at radio or even other promoters that I've worked with, you know what I mean, doing shows and business, breaking bread, other artists that I've collaborated with, and producers and writers that I work with, they kind of tell me this. They tell me that it's an energy that I just give. You know what I mean? It's like I know that how much I care. I know how thankful I feel every time my voice is recordable. I know what it meant for me to go to Darp Studios and learn from Dallas when I was 10. I mean, I really know how important it is for me to be schooled and groomed by the likes of a Denise Brown, who was one of the first Black African American music executives ever,
Mhm.
along with Sylvia Rhone, who I've both gotten game from actually over the years. Um, Gerald Bugsby was one of my first mentors. He was one of the first Black music executives ever. Okay. Um, um, Vernon Slaughter, my first lawyer, he was a real OG, and he gave me some game. He said, "Man, you only get the answers to the questions you ask. I'm here to answer all your questions, but I can't ask them for you. So you should start writing down your questions, and when you come and visit me, you just shoot them off, and I'm gonna answer them to the best of my ability." You know what I mean? And it's like I'm really just a reflection of not only all the love I have for the game, but all the love I've been given by the game. You know what I mean? From my first manager Joyce, to my first producer Dallas, to my first music executive Denise and Gerald, to my first lawyer, my first Black lawyer Vernon Slaughter, to my first Jewish accountant. You know what I mean? Who was ill. He was the biggest gangster, and it just kind of allowed me to always stay in a state of learning, of ingestion. You know what I mean? I'm just always ingesting information. That's why anytime somebody asks me this question, I swear to God, Jay, the answer kind of morph every day, because I done learned some shit today about the game that I didn't even realize. You know what I mean? Or my journey, or how this thing worked. You know what I mean? And I think also, Jay, being a lover of people, of their worth and their significance, and really having real true respect for them
Mm.
as a man or a woman, as a son or a daughter, as a brother or a sister, as a father or a mother. You know what I mean? Like really, really looking at people that way, dog, not taking people for granted, especially earlier, you know what I mean? Because really, when you first starting off and you just getting hot, that's really when you start being an asshole, you know what I mean? Because you don't realize it. But in the beginning, I always was like, damn, man, I'll just come hang out at the radio station and watch niggas work. Like, this shit is dope to me. I got access to this, you know, shit like that. And yeah, really just not trying not to burn more bridges than I build, if you will. You know what I mean? I mean, because it might not be today, but 10 years from now, I might need to cross that bridge in order to survive. You understand? And if I done burn that motherfucker, I'm dead right along with it. You know what I mean? I mean, seriously, Jay. I mean,
That's real.
on so many levels, you know what I mean? I didn't really watch the lil nigga become the big homie. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Through quiet persistence. And, you know, those people remember how you treated them. They remember how you made them feel. They remember how you know what I mean,
Oh,
came through for them in the clutch or didn't. And fortunately, those things matter. You know what I mean? Because really the business, you know, it's like I realized this too. You can't blackball just anybody in this business. You know what I mean? It's got to be a person that's burned enough bridges that it's too many for
right.
them to be able to cross. You know what I mean? I mean, you cannot blackball a person in this game that is good, that is real, and that got respect. It's just impossible, dog. It's impossible.
You're absolutely right, man. I mean, again, you hit on a lot of gems, and I'm a living testament of one of those people that you
Yes, indeed.
way back in the day when I was just a mixer at at the radio here in Atlanta, and the way that we talk now, the way you treat me now is the same way that you treated me back then. So, like,
Word.
yeah, absolutely right. I never forgot that, and I never will. That's why
Yeah.
I'm always gonna support what you got going on, man.
Yeah,
So
we did some fly parties, man. I mean, we did some dope young people shit, man. When we had the chance.
definitely had a good time, but
Yep.
I want to give you the surprise right now, man, and just a small token of not only my appreciation, but just the work that you put in. So just hold on 1 second, everybody. Hold on.
What, you got some edibles over there for me? Bring out the brownies. Do you have the last surviving Washington Redskins helmet?
It was I wanted to do this while you were on tour, but obviously everything got crazy. But
What?
you know what? We gonna give you your roses now. So you are one of only 600 artists across all genres that have over 1 billion streams on Pandora. 1 billion with a B. So on behalf of Pandora, man, I want to present this.
Wow. Wow.
Once things open up, and we gonna get you a custom one, and we can do it the right way. So I want to hand this to you personally now, and let the people know that you are over 1 billion streams on Pandora and rising.
Damn, bro.
Congratulations.
Damn, man. I wish my daddy was here to see this, man. That's so dope.
Yeah,
Thank you, man. Thank you, man.
all good. Thank you from
Thank
day.
you. You got to be responsible for about 25 million of them streams alone.
I'm
You got to be, man. You be having DC on blast for a nigga, dog. Oh, that caramel is so fun to perform in DC, man, because of you.
nah, it's
Jesus, man.
all good. Again,
That's dope.
you've been putting in the work for years, so
Damn.
it's an honor to be able to like present that to you, man. So
Man, let me tell you, man. I'm gonna cry in the car, like they say on they say on Friday. I'm gonna cry in the car. Man, let me tell you, man, I really, oh man. I really, really don't take shit for granted, Jay. I mean, for real, dog. Just on the record and off, boy. It's like every day is just like this opportunity to really be thankful, dog. To really, really give other people the love that I've been receiving all this time. You know what I mean? So I just keep pouring that into my family, man, my kids, my environment, dog, and it's really giving me that love back every day, dog. And it's shit like that that really like it really just validifies my path, dog. It's like, okay, it's not even the number or the the idea of the success behind it. It's just really about, man, you just love something so much and it love you back. I mean, it's, you know what I mean? And that's how we should treat each other, dog. So
Absolutely, man. Well, all love. Like I said, I appreciate you, and you don't get to a billion without having that loyal fan base, man. So
you
you
don't get to a billion without going through some shit either.
real
Some real shit, dog.
600 artists. We talking about across all genres,
Yeah, of all time, ever.
ever. Yep.
That's crazy. That's
So,
dope, man. Thank you. Thank y'all.
nah, no doubt, man. Be safe. You know what I'm saying? Continue to take care of the family, and once things open up, we gonna get together, my brother.
And next time you see me, I look like motherfucker looking for Wilson on Castaway.
I'm done, man. Hey, bro.
I see you soon, Bo.
Later.
All right. Peace.